The Philadelphia suburbs are driving all of Pennsylvania's growth, which is no surprise at all, based on the economic growth, all of the highly rated areas, and the overall affordability. It's official. The secret is getting out about how great the suburbs are. I may be a bit biased because I live here, but after helping tons of people buy a home in the Philadelphia suburbs, they all say how much they love it as well. Stick with me till the end for one of the best kept secrets of living in the suburbs of Philadelphia. Let's get started. Starting out with real estate. So if you watched my video where I explained the Philadelphia suburbs, then you know that there are 4 different counties and over 100 different towns that make up the suburbs. And with an area that large, it's hard to get an accurate median sales price of a home just because real estate is so very hyper local. So it really depends on the county and the towns that you're interested in. Overall though, the homes in the suburbs offer more space, more privacy, typically more square footage, and a lot more wide open space. There are so many different housing options all throughout the suburbs, everything from a condo in the middle of a highly populated area to highly rated single family home communities, all the way up to one single home with miles of acreage. It really depends on your preference and your lifestyle, which leads us to the next thing, which is the public school districts in the Philadelphia suburbs. I have a lot of people reach out to me that want to move to Pennsylvania, more specifically the Philadelphia suburbs, and they always say that we're pretty open to the different areas, but our number one criteria is a great school district. And I always tell them that the great thing about the Philadelphia suburbs is just how highly rated just about all of the schools are. In fact, when looking at the top 10 school districts throughout the entire state of Pennsylvania, 5 of the 10, so 50% of those school districts are located within the Philadelphia suburbs. And next are the taxes. So the way that property tax are calculated are by mill rates. And for a quick and not so boring way of explaining, it is essentially 1 mill is equal to $1 of property tax for every $1,000 in assessed value. The assessed value is typically about half of the sales price of a home. Since each county uses its own different ways to determine the assessed value, we're going to go off the average because the 4 counties that make up the Philadelphia suburbs all have different property tax mill rates. The 4 counties that make up the Philadelphia suburbs are Bucks County, Montgomery County, Delaware County, and Chester County. Starting out with Bucks, the average property tax is 1.55%. The average property tax in Montgomery County is 1.56%. Delaware County has the highest tax rate all throughout the Philadelphia suburbs at 2.12%, and rounding it out is Chester County, back down at 1.49%. Let me know in the comments below what state you're moving from and if these tax rates are a lot higher or if these are a lot lower. But just remember that these are just averages. Also keep in mind that if you buy a home that has a high property tax rate, taxes always go up. Taxes always go up. So even after you completely pay off your home, if you're there long enough, you're always going to be stuck with those yearly property taxes. And if you're thinking that doesn't matter to me at all, I'm not going to buy a home, I'm just going to rent. If the property taxes go up year after year after year, rent is probably going to go up year after year after year as well. And next is one of my favorite things about living in the Philadelphia suburbs, and that's the location. The Philadelphia suburb location is so extremely unique and very popular because it's only about an hour or 2 to 4 very popular areas. One being the Pocono Mountains, the New Jersey Beach, Center City, Philadelphia, and of course, New York City. So if you need to commute to the different cities, or if you just want to live near some great options for long weekend getaways, the Philadelphia suburbs might be a great spot for you. And of course, those 4 places aren't including all of the different options for things to do within the Philadelphia suburbs all throughout all of those different cities and towns, which I go over in these different videos. Next up is the culture. I absolutely love the culture of the Philadelphia suburbs. The people here are pretty amazing. You get a strong sense of community no matter where all throughout the Philadelphia suburbs you end up moving to. If you end up moving to the suburbs, just be kind, engage in your local community, be open to meeting and speaking with new people, and you will absolutely fit right in and you will love it. The video is not over yet, but let's go over one of the best kept secrets for living in the Philadelphia suburbs. When it comes to selecting an area and a town that you end up moving to, instead of buying a home in the most populated or the most popular town in that area, maybe explore moving one town outside of that town where you could be paying a lot less, but you're still only minutes away from that very popular town. Corey Benhart with the Hart Group. I would love to be your real estate resource of choice anywhere in Pennsylvania, or more specifically in the Philadelphia suburbs. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I got some more great videos right here, and I will see you on those.